I apologize in advance for the hair. It is looking a little crazy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am Meg B Beauty, and today we are discussing some of my favorite things. That's right, we are discussing highlighters and blush today. I wanted to get a collection of some of my current favorite blush and highlighters. So if you guys are interested in seeing my current top favorites, then please keep watching. And also, if you are interested to watch this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And also, don't forget to share this channel with a friend if you have a fellow beauty lover, makeup lover, fashion. I would so appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I will apologize ahead of time. I do not have any liquid highlighters to share with you guys. And it's kind of eye-opening for me because I wish I had more. But I think at the moment, I've just been kind of hoarding all of these powder highlighters. I do have one, which I used in my last video, which is this Temp 2 highlighter Champagne Shimmer, and I got it in an Ipsy bag. But I do love it, but I know there are so many liquid highlighters out there. Ones in particular that I'm really interested to try are the Cover FX drops. Those are on my list. I'm coming for you. To begin, I'm going to start with the Dose of Colors highlighters, and this was a collection done with two YouTubers that have beauty tutorials on YouTube, and this was the Dose of Colors DesixKaty collection, and these were the highlighters Fuego and Mirame. If you look at the packaging of these highlighters, they are this gorgeous rose gold shimmer. They almost feel like netting almost, but the packaging is just beautiful. I think the whole line that they did with Dose of Colors was amazing. If you haven't checked out that line, you should check it out. I'm not sure if they still have some of these available. I think they do have the highlighters available for sure, but I will link below the website so you guys can check it out. This first one, Mirame, is more on the rose gold side. It has kind of more of a pinkish tone to it. Maybe not even pink, more rose. But as you can see, it's just a beautiful shade that is honestly really, really good for people with a darker complexion. But I do find that I think some people that have more pale skin could use this sparingly, maybe even as an eyeshadow. The other highlighter is Fuego, which is a gold highlight and just as equally gorgeous as you can see here. I will say that I do use the Fuego probably weekly. I want to say like 4 times a week. I'll even mix it with other highlighters because I just find that it's just such a pretty shade that I can't seem to really put it down. It's awesome. If you are interested in those products, I'll link below the website. They are gorgeous, and what's also great is the amount of product in these as well. The pan is pretty large, so I think that these will last quite some time. Next up is one of my current favorites. I love it because it's just a different color than I'm used to using. I'm finding that I'm picking it up more often. It is on my face today. Look at that. Oh! Holy highlight is, I mean, I'm impressed. This is by Fenty Beauty. Look at the packaging. It's this gorgeous, like iridescent kind of holographic packaging. And the shade that I purchased was the Mean Money and Hustla Baby. So with these Kilowatt highlighters by Fenty Beauty, you do have the option of 2 shades. One is a little bit more shimmery, and then you have one that is less shimmery. It's kind of more sheer. These colors are almost a champagne shade with a hint of gold, but they are so creamy and just, as you can see, I mean, on my face today, look at that. So these are the shades right here. They are a little bit less blinding than the Dose of Colors highlight, but they are blinding in their own way. They're less in your face and just more subtle. I love the formula of these highlighters. She did a really, really good job of creating these highlighters that are very fine, so they're not chunky glitter. It doesn't look like you have chunks on your face, which is a plus for me. I also love the mirror that's included, and I just am a super fan of the packaging. It's totally up my alley. All right, so to keep it moving here, this next highlight is kind of an OG highlight that was super popular back in the day. I remember I called Sephora to see if they had this highlighter because it was definitely on my wanted list. And the girl was like, we have one left. So I rushed down there and purchased it. This was the Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter. And as you can see, the pan is already showing because I've used it so much. This was done with Jaclyn Hill, who was a YouTuber as well. Super exciting that, you know, these YouTubers have gotten so much recognition and have been able to work with makeup companies. I think that is the absolute coolest thing ever. That is a dream of mine. If I ever had that opportunity, I would literally cry. It is a, just as explained, champagne pop of color that's just phenomenal. And it can be as subtle as you want, but it can also be super blinding. I love to apply like a dewy spray to the face and then apply this on top, and it really makes it just like in your face blinding. Again, a lot of product in this pan. You can see, I think I got this like, I want to say 2 years ago. I should probably throw it out and get a new one, but it is super big. Like the amount of product you get is amazing. So it's definitely worth the cost of this highlighter. And I will link below to all these products that I mentioned and their prices. I tried to include some that are drugstore so that you guys have options. Next up is my last highlighter that is kind of a higher end brand, and that is by MAC Cosmetics. This is their Mineralize Skin Finish, and it is in the shade Porcelain Pink. This highlighter is the flecks of gold throughout the product. What about this product too is it is more powdery, so a little bit is all you really need, and it just gives a very subtle sheen to the skin. So you can see here, I mean, it's nothing, it's not super crazy. It's very subtle, and I love to use this on those days where I just want kind of a really healthy glow to the skin, but nothing that looks like I'm trying too hard, if that makes sense. So it's definitely in my top favorites, and one that I've had for a very, very long time. And as you can see, the product lasts quite a bit too. All right, and then I do have another highlighter that is on the higher end. I love it because it's a lighter shade. It's a more champagne white shade, which is not something I gravitate towards all the time, but I love to have it just as an option. Look at that. I mean, can we just discuss that? When you put it on the finger, it's just like so wet and just glorious. It just makes me so happy. I honestly want to dab a little bit so you guys can see. I'm gonna be like friggin' glowing today. But just, oh my God. All right, I look like a greased donut, and I ain't mad. Lastly, for my drugstore highlighters, I have this Milani Sunglow Luminous Strobelight highlighter, which is so beautiful and one of my current favorites. It is gold to the max, people. If you swatch this, I mean, get ready for some, look at that. I mean, hallelujah. You know what's super cool too about highlighters is that if you're afraid of using a highlighter because you think it's too much and it's not, you know, in your normal makeup routine, don't be afraid, because you can always use a lot of these as an eyeshadow. You can use it as a pop of color in the inner corner to really make your eyes look brighter. There's a lot that you can do with these. Not to mention, I can't believe I didn't mention this, I'll use like, say, Dose of Colors Fuego. I'll use the Milani as well. Lotion up my body, and then in the summertime I will apply those highlighters to like my collarbone or that area of your shoulder where the light hits, and it just adds that really pretty sheen glimmer to the skin that just makes you look like you're just a goddess, like a bronze goddess, you know? So there's so much you can do with these. Don't be afraid. I definitely think that applying these in the summer to the body is super pretty and something that every girl should try at least once, okay? So that's a little tip for you. I kind of went on a tangent, sorry about that. So yes, Milani, beautiful highlighter, has a really, really pigmented formula to it, and there are other colors in this line too that I have not purchased, but they're gorgeous. I suggest you go pick one of these up. And lastly for my highlighters is the Wet n Wild Megaglo Precious Petals. If you've seen any of my videos, you know that I use this quite often. It is a really pretty pinky rose finish that's beautiful on any skin. Look at that. I just love when I find a drugstore product that's cheap and has a really good formula and just a good overall product. That's like the best case scenario for any makeup lover on a budget. I remember, you know, there was a time when I was younger, a teenager, and I couldn't afford any MAC cosmetics, any of the higher end brands. And back then I feel like the drugstore makeup wasn't as good as it is now. And it's just super cool to see these really affordable products now that are amazing quality. I wish I would have had that more when I was younger. So yeah, I'm just super happy with the drugstore products lately. So that concludes the highlighter portion. All right, so for blushes, I'm going to start with the drugstore blushes because I have some really good ones today. And first up I'm going to start with is e.l.f. If you have not tried e.l.f. products, they have great stuff right now. Really good skincare too. If you're in the market for cheap, affordable skincare, e.l.f. has really good stuff. And this blush is no exception. It is one of my favorites. I love the shade. It's kind of that really pretty baby pink, which is super pretty on tan, bronzed skin. So in the summer, this is like one of my go-tos, and sometimes I'll mix it with a deeper shade, but I just love this color. It is very pigmented. Look at that, people. Hello. I unfortunately don't have the name, which sucks because I ripped the sticker off, but I'll try to find that and link it below for you guys. Yeah, I just love this. I took the little brush out because I don't really use those little brushes. They're just nonsense to me, but this is such a beautiful pigmented blush, and I love the price value. So next up, along with e.l.f., one of my favorite brands is NYX. This is their powder blush, and this is in the shade Pinched, and I used this in my last video. Look at the color of this blush, people. It is this coral pink that is to die for. I love the size of it because it's one that I can just throw in my bag if I'm traveling, and it doesn't take up too much space. It is subtle, which I love. You can, you know, use just a tiny bit to add like that really pretty sun-kissed glow. It's not gonna just cake on the face, which is awesome. And the price point, again, you guys, NYX has amazing products. One of my favorite brands. These next two blushes are in the Milani brand, which I discussed earlier with my highlighter that I talked about. Milani has such great products, you guys, and their blushes are freaking gorgeous. I'm going to show you these two because these are my absolute favorites. So this first one is called Dolce Pink. You have this beautiful kind of a pink rose shade with flecks of gold in it, but the flecks are so fine that it's not chunky. So on the face, it just adds this beautiful shimmer to the cheeks, and it is a beautiful color on. The next shade is Luminoso, which is a beautiful coral orange shade. This one is one of my favorites when I'm tan because it just makes you look just peachy and fabulous. It's beautiful for summertime. There is nothing more beautiful than like a really pretty peach glow, you know? I feel like every woman loves a good peach glow to the cheeks. If you don't, then I don't know about you. I don't know if I trust you. These next two are by NARS. I love NARS blush, you guys. They have such amazing blush. The formula is amazing. It just glides onto the cheeks. It doesn't cake on. It's just beautiful. This first one is called Lustre, and it is almost gone, which is very depressing. It is a beautiful peach shade with flecks of gold in it. But again, those flecks are very, very tiny, just very faint. So it adds just a beautiful, healthy bronze peach glow to the cheeks. You can tell the pan is there. I need to get a new one, but it is obviously one of my favorites because I use it all the time. And I feel like any shade of skin, like if I'm pale, it looks good, even if I'm tan. The next one is called Oasis, and it is a beautiful faint, I want to say mauve. Mauve. How do you say mauve? I don't even know. But it is a faint mauve color with specks of shimmer in it, and it is beautiful, people. Look at that on the skin. It's one of those colors I wouldn't normally gravitate towards. I kind of go for those more bright shades, but this one, every time I wear it, I'm like, gosh, I love this blush. Like, I need to wear this more. It is so gorgeous. Next up is a MAC blush. Honestly, I wish I have so many MAC blushes, but this is just one that I wanted to show you guys because I think it's a good versatile blush for any skin tone. It is called Warm Soul, and honestly, it's sad because it's down to the pan. It is a gorgeous bronze shade that's so just subtle. I love this shade. I need to get another one. It's really sad. But any skin tone, this looks beautiful on. It is a more bronze blush, so if you're wanting a warm tone as a blush, then this is going to be a good one for you. All right, to wrap it up, I'm going to finish off with this Urban Decay blush. It is called Rapture, and it is their Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Blush. I love, love, love Urban Decay's blushes, you guys. If you haven't tried them yet, you need to. This shade is very unique, but it is beautiful. You can see it almost matches the background, which is kind of crazy. But if you were to see it in real life, it's kind of a more purpley tone, but subtle. So you look at it and you think, holy bananas, is that gonna look like grapes on my face? But it doesn't. It just leaves this beautiful, subtle, airy vibe to the cheeks. It is muy bonito. All right, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was fun to go over my favorite blushes and highlighters. I will say it's one of those makeup products that I gravitate towards. I love to collect blushes, highlighters, anything with sparkle, you know? If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And as usual, I love you guys, and I hope you have a fabulous week. I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.